Hey. Okay. We're going to try and do this in one fell swoop, in one take, because I would like to not edit at all. Just upload this and pew, it's done. Welcome. For those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are veterans and are just so nosy about my life, or just those that are besties, we're just gonna go right in for it. Welcome back. I'm being weird. I'm definitely being weird. So, Happy New Year. I want this to be the first official video of the new year, 2024. I don't do this. If you know me, I am not, well, that was, if you are watching this and you know me, you know I am not a milestone type of person unless it comes, you know, unless it's about my kid. But if you know me, I don't care about New Year's. I've never cared about New Year's. I've never been a New Year's resolution person. The only time I ever cared about New Year's was when I was a kid, and it was when me and my best friends, Sarah, Jackie, and Jenna, who's actually not my sister-in-law, or just my sister, we would just get super hype for celebration, New Year's celebration at our church. And it would just be, it would be the most lit experience. If you're not a churchgoer and you don't celebrate New Year's, you are missing out, because to me that was a party. I was like 12 years old and that was a party to me. So in theme with today's video, which it's just gonna be me rambling, but there's a theme. I am going to do a quick facial and then I'm going to hop in the shower. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to mark the new year before I started rolling out other types of videos that I already had edited and in queue. I just didn't want it to be like, you know, oh, here it is. Here, you're welcome. I don't even know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm not one to reflect. I am not one to reflect. I don't make New Year's resolution. I don't wake up January 1st and try and deceive myself into thinking that because it's a new year, things are going to be different. I am blessed with the fact that I had another year of life, another year of not being financially crippled. Like, there are blessings, but I live day to day. So to me, a new year is literally nothing. It's just the next day. So I'm going to rinse my face really quick. I don't need, I know it says to wash. We'll wash. Let's do a wash. So yeah, I didn't do any resolutions. There are no resolutions to this year. The one thing that I did do is, what are thoughts? There are no resolutions to this year. The one thing that I did do was I vented to my best friend, and she sort of kind of just made me able to think about what I've been through during the year, to just reflect, think personally, what are my goals? Not like aspirations, which I know they're probably like the same thing, but they're not. Aspirations, I feel like, is bigger. Goals can be like, let me wake up at 5 instead of 5:30, like small things. We're gonna dive in real quick in a second. My best friend made me think about the past year in terms of what didn't I like about it, what could I have done or thought about doing or exercised to make it better. Which I know you're probably saying, Sherissa, those are New Year's resolutions. They're not, because A new year resolution to me is like suddenly thinking that because it's a new year, you can completely reinvent yourself, that the last year doesn't matter, that all the bad things that you went through, you're not gonna have to go through it this year. That's a lot of pressure to put on a year. Your body, after you give birth, takes like 7 years to actually fully recover. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know, but if that spoke to you, cool. So, 2023 was a tough year, specifically for motherhood for me. And I've been struggling a lot with what it means to be a good mom, because 2023 was the first year that I was a full-time stay-at-home mother and Chris was working 2 jobs. So I was literally just like a home executive, you know, laundry. Not to say that he didn't do anything. That man is a saint and he does everything. He doesn't complain. He's an angel. He asks me whatever I need. He will lose sleep if it means that I need a nap. He's an amazing father. This is not about him, and this is not me saying that I do everything. This is just me opening up and saying it was a lot for me. I did a lot. I did a lot of things that technically one person can do, but they shouldn't have to. And there were lots of times where I would have, you know, very loaded emotional breakdowns for very silly things, and it's because I wasn't nourishing myself. I wasn't allowing myself a certain level of freedom to fail. And the person I am, my personality, is that if I have a plan, an idea of something that's supposed to happen and it doesn't go that way, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world for me. And I can't pivot. So that happened a lot this year, especially towards the end of the year, around her birthday and around the holidays, when I feel like I was literally just a one-woman show. I wasn't, but it felt like it. So, what I wanted to do this year was focus on me. Speak up more. And not that it's something that is just gonna suddenly change this year. It's something that I'm just probably a little bit more hyper aware of, because I don't want certain bad things that happened at the end of last year to repeat this year. I do have certain regrets of behaviors and ways that I acted and thoughts that I have whatever. You know, like, I'm just going for the brows because this is actually supposed to help increase blood circulation. Even though them girls don't need to be any more thick. That's good, a nice thin layer, because I want this to dry by the end of this video, and I'll put the rest of this on Chris. So, let's take this ring off. Actually, I don't need to take it off. We're gonna remove the nail polish and maybe put a fresh coat on later. So my best friend, she sent me these 2 videos after I basically had an emotional breakdown. And she was like, okay. She was like, do I need to be concerned, or this is just you, like, you know, being strategically vulnerable? Because I do have moments like that where I know I'm capable of so much, but it's like, damn, like, I know I can do this, I know I can do this, I know I've done it, but do I have to? Do you ever have those moments where you just allow yourself to just be a slob? You just allow yourself to break down at any given opportunity because you're just so tired of keeping it together. Like, bro, I know that I can do better, I know that I can be better, but I don't want to. Like, I was just being really lazy towards the end of the year, in every sense of the word, emotionally, physically, and I didn't like it. And I think that's also what added to my emotional load, my physical load, my freaking just my depression, my sadness that happened at the end of the year. Because the fact that I wasn't putting my best foot forward, the fact that I wasn't setting myself up for success, was allowing me to wake up every day immediately annoyed, immediately frustrated, and that's not good. It's not good at all. So my phone's gonna go off, and it's just, you just have to deal with it. We're doing it one take. So my best friend sent me a video, and she basically, you know, like, I'm like, babe, I'm stealing this. She was like, go for it. So you're watching this, I'm giving her credit, but I'm stealing her words because it was just so poetic and so beautiful. You know, this year, and if this speaks to you, think about it as if I'm talking to you, but this is how she spoke to me. This year I need to focus on my different facets of myself. Who am I as a mother? Who am I as a creative? Who am I as a fun, young woman, person? You know, those are 3 facets that I need to focus on nourishing and nurturing this year. And I can't let the soil dry. I have to make sure that I water and I nurture it to the best of my abilities in order for me to thrive. But like any plant that you have in the house, I have a trillion. The example she gave me was like, you know, like the plants that you have. It's like sometimes you only need to water a plant once a week, sometimes once a month. Sometimes you need to water it every 2 to 3 days, 2 weeks. Don't forget you have to feed it. You have to dust the leaves. But it's not every plant is like that. A pothos might need a certain level of care than an evergreen might. A snake plant might need a certain level of light or water than a pilea, the Chinese money plant. So you have to think about the certain facets of yourself, the things that are going to make you feel 100%, even if you're only working at a 20% level, but it's going to be the best 20% you've ever given. Because if you don't focus on nurturing the certain parts of yourself that make you you, that make you happy, even if it's only 20%, but you bet that 20% feels like 100% and not like 5%. Because not only are you working at 20%, you're working at a level of happiness that's not fulfilling. So your 20% is gonna feel like 5%. And I hope I'm not, you're like, math. It's not math, it's just an analogy. So I have to and you have to box it into just 3 large categories. There are many versions of you, there are many layers to you. We are like cakes, we are like onions, whatever has layers, truffles, trifles, whatever. Just, if you're an artistic person, label it as creative. If you're a parent, mom. And if you're you, there's different versions of you. That's it, you, woman. Because I love to dance, I love to write, I love to sing, I love to scrapbook, I love to organize. Those are parts of my creative. Now, I don't need to focus on watering every single level of my creative every single day, because what is that gonna do? That's gonna create root rot. It's gonna cause me to spiral. I can start growing fungus. Don't over nurture everything. Just any little piece that's gonna cause you joy. I'm about to go organize her cabinet with her utensils. That's me nurturing my organization part. That's my part of the creative that's gonna give me joy. I am doing a facial right now. That is a part of me as a fun woman that's giving me joy. And then after I take a shower, I'm gonna go roughhouse the crap out of my daughter, and that is going to nurture my motherhood part. And I can go to bed feeling less mom guilt than I normally would, because I focused on 3 different parts of myself, 1 part of each facet. And then tomorrow I will do something else. And you just have to accept the small wins and try not to overachieve, because when you don't meet the goals, it's just gonna make you sad. And so I thanked her so much, because those little small details, those little small things that she said, the analogy of like a plant really spoke to me, because I'm a plant mama. I love plants. I was just like, oh my God, that's so true. I don't need to water my scrapbook plant every day. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, and that'll bring me so much joy. I don't need to paint my nails every week. Once a month, that'll bring me so much joy. Do you get me? A facial once a week, once every 2 weeks, joy. So just, I don't know, talk to yourself. Try not to take 2024 too seriously. Yes, it's a new year. Whoopee. Awesome. I was in bed by like 10 p.m. We don't do that. We don't celebrate the new year. If you're the type of person that celebrates the new year, have fun, live it up. I feel like the whole problem with resolutions is, it's like, if you fail, that's it. So back to the old me. No, we are constantly evolving, constantly growing and thriving. Just focus on the end result. What do you want in the end? What little things can you do that's gonna make you grow? Okay, you're not gonna give your plant all the water, all the food, and all the sunlight all at once, because that plant will die. Don't kill yourself. Plants take time to thrive, to grow, to sprout, to grow flowers, to grow new growth, for the leaves to get fat, for the vines to grow long, for the roots to go deeper. It's going to take time. Don't be too hard on yourself. You wouldn't yell at a plant for not growing as fast as you want. And that is 2024. This is getting real tight, so I'm gonna have to stop talking at some point. And I already took off the nail polish. So happy new year. And I hope you took something away from this video. And I hope that you were inspired to do your face as well. If you're a woman watching or a man watching, don't get it twisted. I'm about to go put this leftover mask on my man, and he loves